Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's live stream AMA. We just had a major announcement. I don't know if you are subscribed to the Pixels post and already got the notification about it, but we had a brand new game, join the Pixel ecosystem. So today's going to be really fun. Obviously, we're going to dive deep into all of that. It's going to be a good time, okay? Little hint, I loved this. Kept it pinned the whole time. I am sitting in front of an open window, so if there's a honk, if there's a car alarm go off, which there just was, I apologize ahead of time, but it's a beautiful day here, so we're keeping it open. We're gonna vibe, guys. It's gonna be a good day. Okay, cool. Sleepy announcement. Yes, no, I love it. I love the puns. Keep them coming. Okay, if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube live chat or the Twitter live chat, not the comment section, the Twitter live chat. And yes, we're going to go through all of these things. And we have like a tiny little surprise that maybe not tiny. I'm undervaluing this. We have a big surprise that we're going to show you today. It'll be fun. All right, let's bring up Luke.
Hey, everybody. Excited to be here today. Yeah, I know. There's been a lot moving on in the background right now. I feel like the last couple of AMAs, they've been a little bit quieter because we're, one, doing some bigger things when it comes to Chapter 3 and like all the other internal stuff that we're working on at Pixels, right? But then there's also been all this like quiet groundwork that we've been doing on the ecosystem side too that I'm very excited about. Like I think we had like 90 million pixels staked the other day, right? Which is awesome.
Yeah. Wait, I haven't looked today. Let's see.
And yeah, there's going to be even more coming soon too. So yeah, maybe I can give you an overview of what we want to go over today. So basically, we'll talk a little bit more about what we're thinking with Chapter 3 and those game mechanics, where we're at with that. We'll talk to you guys about like the live game updates that we're working on. And then, yeah, we have a surprise guest coming on today, too, to talk about the recent announcement that we had as well. I'm really excited about it. So what did we announce today, Heidi? We announced that
Sleepagachi has joined the Pixel ecosystem, which is very, very exciting. So what I think we should do is let's quickly run through the announcement. It literally, it went live like 2 hours ago. And then we will bring up someone from their team, which is very exciting, and they'll demo and we'll talk more about it. I actually think he might also have some little exciting things for people, little giveaway. Okay, so pay attention. But anyways, let's dive into the actual announcement so that we can quickly run through it. All right, let me just share my screen here. Okay, how does that look? Do I need to zoom in a bit? Better? All right. Sleepagachi, a new game, has joined the Pixel ecosystem. So this is really exciting. They're a really awesome team. And this is a game that's nothing like Pixel Dungeons, Forgotten Universe, the Pixels core game. Like, this is so different, right? So this is really fun for everyone. And just to see like where we can take this also as just a Pixel ecosystem in general, right? So Sleepagachi, a sleep improvement gaming startup, has officially joined the ecosystem. This collaboration reinforces our mission to extend the Pixel staking ecosystem to new distribution channels, unlocking new experiences, audiences, and rewards for our rapidly growing community. This new partnership, Sleepagachi Lite, players can now earn and spend Pixel tokens while building better sleep habits and expanding their in-game hero collections, which we will get to in the demo a little bit. And I know, Luke, you just tweeted this, but this is kind of a hilarious partnership in a way because we know none of you guys sleep, okay? Shout out to every Filipino in the chat right now. Please let us know what time it is in Manila right now. Actually, no, wait. Since we moved the AMA 3 hours earlier, I think it's a little bit less insane.
Yeah, Pandeka made the funniest comment on my tweet too.
Oh, really?
So I said something like, "This is the funniest collab because Pixel players are known for not sleeping, right?" And then Pandeka was like, "You've created the problem to deliver the solution."
You create a problem. Here's your solution, right? It's a business model at this point.
Yeah. Look, yeah, it's literally 12 a.m. in the Philippines right now, and we still have a ton of people in the Philippines sleeping or not sleeping.
Yeah. Wait, you need to continue to not sleep because you need to keep coming to the AMAs. Now we've created a problem from our original problem. Okay, yeah. Anyway. Did I just, okay. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
Okay, so Sleepagachi Lite is a free minigame designed as a preview to the upcoming Sleepagachi mobile app. And in this game, you can collect and upgrade digital cards, compete in challenges across different game modes, and earn points towards their upcoming TGE. So if you head over to the Pixels post here, you can click on here, takes you to their website, and then there's a big just button right in your face that connects you to their Telegram app, which is really, really awesome. So I will also post this link in chat in a second here. But yeah, how to play. So I will leave this to Anton, who's going to come up in a minute and kind of speak about how to engage and play and all of that. We can quickly talk about how Pixel fits into all of this. So obviously, you can stake Pixel to Sleepagachi via the Pixel staking website. Now, this is set to go live around June 8th. Might go earlier, which is why we said by June 8th. June 8th is, I don't remember what day of the week June 8th is. Is that Monday?
So
it's Sunday. So it will go live before then. And then, of course, you can earn Pixel in their game, which I'll leave him to demo. Oh, my goodness. I'm the mess today. Too much caffeine again. Of course, you can spend Pixel in their game to unlock gems, gotcha packs, and exclusive content. A little bit more with their gameplay here. And then also another feature that's coming soon, I believe probably next week, is there will be a discount. So a 20% discount if you use the Pixel token in their store on the items. So lots of fun stuff here. So Luke, do you want to kind of talk about the strategy here, what we're doing, why we're doing this?
Yeah, so again, this plays into the ecosystem side of things that we're doing with Pixels. And what we're trying to build with the Pixel staking ecosystem is kind of a decentralized publishing model, right? So what we're going to be doing with all the games that join the ecosystem, and pretty soon we're going to open this up, is when you stake Pixel to a game, in the long run, what it's going to do, it's actually going to determine how much Pixel they're able to give out as rewards inside of their game, right? So you actually get to vote where Pixel goes into what game with your staking power. That's a pretty cool thing, right? So if you don't think that Core Pixels is doing so well and you think that Sleepagachi is going to go and do better, go stake your Pixel with Sleepagachi. Now, obviously, we want Core Pixels to do the best. So we're going to try our hardest to do that. But you guys get to vote now, right? So it's really in your hands where the future of the Pixel ecosystem goes, right? And we're super excited for more people to come in and tap into, the excitement that this community has. And we want to give you guys more things to do too, right? So as we're kind of working on chapter 3, and the bigger picture of what we're working on at Core Pixels, you guys also get more experiences that are still beneficial to the ecosystem, that still get to use the Pixel token. You guys still get to play games together, right? So really these scenarios are win-wins, right? And then if you're staking too, if you believe in a game before everybody else, you guys saw with Pixel Dungeons, right? When they gave out that crazy boost to their stakers when nobody really believed in them in the early stages, right? They only had 1 million pixels staked to them. And then they gave out 300,000 pixel to those stakers. There's opportunities for that too as we start to bring in new games into the ecosystem. It might not always work out. There's always gonna be some risk associated with it, right? So you have to make smart choices. Maybe play the games before you go and blindly stake to them, right? But it's very exciting.
Okay. And with that, let me introduce Anton. So Anton is the founder of Sleepagachi, the company that gamifies sleep, including with Web3 incentives. He previously worked at Duolingo. And Sleepagachi Lite is a Telegram game, which I hope all of you guys know. You're already on it. Let's go. And it has been released before the full app has gone live and has already reached top 5 grossing games on Telegram, which is pretty insane. So let's bring him to the stage. What's up, Anton? Oh, you're muted.
Or maybe you need maybe not muted. I think you need to change your mic, maybe.
Oh, change your mic. Yeah. Okay.
Here, I'll bring up this question. So I know this answer. Is this cross-chain? More cross-chain collabs planned?
Hey.
So, there you are.
Yeah. There we go. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'll let you to cover the question as well since you started.
So Sleepagachi lives on Solana right now, right?
Yeah, indeed.
But they have payment support across different chains. So this is going to be something that we're doing too. Basically, the staking system will live on Ronin, but we're going to start to work with games on other chains too. So there's actually awesome mutual benefit, or it's very mutually beneficial across the ecosystems, right? We get more exposure to the Ronin ecosystem through other player bases when we start to work with games cross-chain. We're not leaving Ronin. We love Ronin, we love the team, and we think it's still the best home for Pixels. But also, there's so many amazing games out there in Web3 that we can kind of bring into Ronin, not necessarily by making them move chains, but by adding other aspects on the Ronin too. So yeah, I would love to hear a little bit of your perspective on what Sleepygachi is. Maybe if you could give a demo and kind of explain to people like how it works, what's exciting about it, all of that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, thanks for having me here. It's super cool. Big fan of Pixels. Been actually watching those AMAs beforehand, like since months ago. Not just to study what a good AMA looks like from an energy perspective and community engagement, but also from a tokenomics. I remember one time where Luke was like drawing the live Miro board for tokenomics, which was pretty impressive to do on the fly, to be honest, with this complicated diagrams and flows and making it simple. So yeah, we are building, yeah. So we are building Sleepygachi, which effectively the vision here is how can we help people follow a sleep schedule? How can we help them improve their sleep for different incentives? What are different incentives? It's we take the best things from Duolingo, like streaks, gamification, and we take the best things from Web3, from a sustainable play to earn vision, where we can actually potentially do some sleep to earn for some cohorts, where we kind of give you awards for your sleep effectively. We do it by turning your sleep and linking it to a pretty cool game, which is a mix between Tamagotchi and RPG experiences. So it's coming up very, very soon. In around 4 weeks' time, you'll be able to play it on iOS, Android, similar kind of to an open beta that is going to be live for an amount of time. In the meantime, we saw all those apps popping up on Telegram, and we thought, hey, why don't we build a mini app for Telegram and for Line and just see where it takes us as a kind of get to know us campaign. We saw Catizen, what Catizen did, what Hamster Combat did. Let's do it. Let's put it out there. And yeah, we went sort of viral. We got a large player base where we introduced you to Sleepygachi IP. We introduced you to the upcoming project, and people are playing right now for also like a future airdrop. So it's a very fun way to grow us and to be able to partner with you guys as well. So I'll run you through the demo for Sleepygachi Lite, not the full version. The full version is not yet live, but it's a cool way for us to start integrating Pixels and play to earn stuff from the people who probably know it the best right now in the market. Awesome. Let me just share my screen here.
Great.
So you can play it either on Telegram or the Line Messenger, or you can enter it on game.sleepygachi.com. The rules are pretty simple. You get a collection of various cars and heroes whom you can level up, like Dino or Mascot. And then as you level up those heroes, they are able to complete more challenges. The challenges, look, it's a simpler game than Pixels right now. Remember, it's a Telegram and a mini app for Line and Telegram. Then you select the different characters who you want to send on various adventures. We're going to be farming you, in this case, are going to be the greenstone resources. So I send them over for a challenge. My waiting time is 2 minutes. In the meantime, I can open up this constellation and select some other characters we developed to complete this mission now and that time for gold. I can speed up those things with gems. It's a pretty classic game experience on that side. And I do get free gachas every morning where I can open up my cards and use them to tier up my characters and make them even stronger. We have some very cool characters that we developed. We have some ones we did before with Morchi, which is the character created by Stepan developer FSL, and we also had the Bonk card. So maybe just one day we'll do like a pixelated Luke or Heidi as a character. We'll see. Could be fun, but that's effectively us. And here we've added, if you're part of a shop, you can pay with USDC or you can pay with Pixels. Some prices in Pixels here as well. Link it up, connect it with your wallet. And soon there will be like discounts as well coming for exclusive for Pixels. Plus, we're also, we started the work for integrating Pixels as a reward. So kind of, the more missions you complete, the more challenges you complete, you'll be able to be eligible for some of the Pixel rewards that will be, kindly provided to by the decentralized publishing model that you guys are doing.
Awesome. Yeah, Anton, they asked, can you remember to show them how you can use the promo code?
Okay, that's actually a very good one. Let me get my screen back up again. I do have two as well to share, so I might as well share them now in a live demonstration.
Oh my gosh, exciting. Okay, should we do the giveaway how we usually do it in like the most chaotic fashion? I'll just choose randomly from our chat. I literally, this is what I do. I do that on the chat and then I click. So get posting in chat. Although I just turned on slow mode, so good luck. And and we'll do some giveaways throughout the let's do it throughout the AMA, okay? Be good. All right, go ahead, demo.
Yeah, I'll just give one code as well. It's going to be working for many users at the same time. It's anyone who's watching this stream, we made this code limitless. You basically click on Dino over here, then you click on the settings wheel, then you go to the redeem code over here, and there you open up, you enter this numbers. This is always just in this case it's 838383. You press next, and I get free gacha packs, which I can then now go and open up inside Sleepygachi. So here you see I have free gacha packs. So the code was 838383. If you want to use it,
838383.
Yeah, 8383. Yeah,
838383.
Yeah.
Okay, so that works for anyone right now. Like, when will that
It
expire?
works very well. No limits. Should be working for you as well. And anyone who's
I'm
watching
doing
it.
it right now.
Right.
Let's go.
Also, yeah, would love to hear, like, can you maybe explain to people what's going on with like the sleep part? Because I know you guys have a new app coming out pretty soon, right? And that's when that's going to start to get integrated, right?
Yeah. So indeed, the full app. This is Telegram. This is Line. We can't use sleep data there, but we can use it on iOS and Android. So we are releasing the full game, Sleepygachi, the full experience called the Big Sleepygachi, on iOS and Android for an open beta in 4 weeks' time. The idea is they're very simple. You wake up in the morning, we give you a sleep score. Depending on your sleep score, you get various rewards in the form of characters, in the form of furniture items, and also in some cases in the form of cool NFTs and also the token that is coming up. And already we'll be trying to see how Pixel can fit into the reward model there as well, where we reward the users in Pixel for doing those things. The full app has the same IP, but I have like a few, I can show you a quick preview as well for the full game.
I think you should do that. That'd be cool.
Please,
Let's do
guys.
that.
Okay, also, I already forgot how to put in the code. Where to?
So you go on the main screen, then you go on the Dino, left top on the Dino, then you click on the settings wheel, and then you put in a redeem code. It's kind of hidden.
Got
It's by
it.
design.
I'm in.
It's by design.
Yeah.
wait.
So right now, you can go and play the game on Telegram or online, and then they're going to have a full iOS and Android release in about 4 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I pinned the link to their website in the YouTube live chat, so you can click on it there. And then, like I said, there's like a big button that takes you to the Telegram app. So go ahead and click on that. And look at that! I can claim my.
There you go. There
I'm
you
in
go.
trouble. I can't see anything. That's really exciting. All right, thank you.
Yeah, and now you guys have a bit of time to practice sleeping too, because I know some of you guys are not so good at it. So start practicing your sleeping, start getting some better sleep
Record.
scores, and then
Get
4
ready.
weeks when the game goes live. You'll
Get
be ready.
ready. Yeah, I can tease a little bit what the full app is about. We already are like in closed beta testing, but the open one is coming up indeed in 4 weeks' time. I'm sharing like a screen here.
Sorry.
We go. So you get a virtual pet Dino. The Dino gets stronger and better like the better you sleep the night before. You are able to send Dino on various adventures, and Dino even participates in Final Fantasy style like fantasy. So the better you do the night before, actually the stronger your hero becomes and they become. We enable also other social stuff like trading and other cool stuff that is coming along. So stay tuned.
This is so cool. That demo got me really excited too. That's so fun. Everyone says don't look at your phone when you wake up. Who actually listens to that? I'm scrolling TikTok. Now I'm gonna be walking my Dino around doing whatever. I actually love this so much.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys have more questions for Anton, throw them in the YouTube live chat or the Twitter live chat right now. Anton, what's your sleep score?
You know what's funny? Similar to how your players never sleep, I was building the company when I never sleep as well. So it's too low to share, but it's around 50-ish. So could it be better?
Wait, I actually have a question. What led you to this? Like, why?
Mine was 70.
Respect.
I have no idea what how do you even, like, is that, I need to,
I wear a watch that
I was
tracks.
gonna say, I need to put my
I
Apple
actually love this kind of stuff, so I'm excited.
Oh yeah, just so everyone knows, this is the most Luke thing ever. There's a reason this is happening beyond it just being like really awesome. Anton, what led you to building Sleepagachi?
Yeah, look, we sort of I wanted to link my career with gaming in some ways, but not just pure gaming, but think about how we can leverage the gaming towards sort of like a better habitual change in some regards. You know, Pixels probably like the social stuff. I saw people getting married on Pixels, and for us, we thought, hey, you know, I did language gamification before Duolingo, like using gaming to make you learn language. Before that, I was doing Gizmart, using gamification to make you learn piano. And we kind of looked at all the different stuff we could do. We thought, hey, sleep actually is the most important thing, more important than diet, more important than exercise. So let's just do that. And then we also saw the StepN success back in the days to like bringing on a lot of users into Web3 and a lot of users like thinking about the good and healthy habits. And we thought, hey, how can we leverage the Web3 incentives to really, really use it? So we believe that Web3 is a step function change in the design you can do in general in the incentive space. And I think this is exactly what you guys are pioneering as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Everyone keeps talking about the plushies you have behind you. Is that merch?
Those are merch, yeah, prototype merch, yeah. So 2 plushies and 3 small figures.
I love that. That's great. Okay. Let's scan here. Were there any questions specific? Let's see here. Oh yeah, it's just a giveaway. I want to know how I earn by sleeping. We've covered a lot of these questions already, which is awesome. Download through their website right now. Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, if you guys have any other questions, send them now. Otherwise, we'll go on to like the next half of the AMA. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about this. I think this is a great fit for the ecosystem. You guys need this, to be honest. So this will be a win-win for everybody, I think.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Anton, for joining us. And everyone go follow them on Twitter. You can join their Discord. Also, just go to the Pixels post at the bottom. There's a bunch of links to all of their stuff. So awesome. Great. Thank you, Anton.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Heidi. Thanks, Luke. Bye-bye, everyone.
All right.
Oh, awesome.
I love this so much. There have been people in the community that are like, I've been playing this already. So
yeah, that's really sweet.
Love it. That's awesome.
Awesome. Okay, and while we're on the topic of like other games, we might as well bring up a question here. Will Pixel Pets finally have utility through this new game in Genesis Pets? So Pets app is here. I gotta remove this blur thing. 1 second. Yeah, the Pets app
still works, guys. The code still works. It was 838383. Go do that. Sorry, Luke, go off.
Yeah, so Pets app is still in progress. I think we're getting pretty close to giving you guys early access now. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? So yeah, this is a new app that we've been working on internally in Pixels, and we'll release it. It'll still be a part of the staking ecosystem pretty soon, and then this will be an early access available for Android, but then second access will go like after we're out of like the initial alpha stage. We'll release it on iOS as well too. So this app, we've talked about it a few times. It's basically kind of like a Tamagotchi style app also, except the only thing is you have to do this with somebody else. So you basically get this little capybara that you can raise with a friend. And if you see, it has like these health bars here. Throughout the day, its health bars will go down. Your pet's going to get hungry, right? And you're going to have to take care of it. You'll have to give it some love. You'll have to pet it. And then you'll also be able to get upgrades for it by playing some mini games too. So you can go and play some mini games. Like I had never played a match game like this before, to be honest. I'm really obsessed with this one, where you have to like basically match 3.
You've never played a game like that?
I hadn't been playing so many like mini games like this before. The only time I've been playing, I know you love them. So yeah, you have to get these matches. If you succeed, then you get some coins here. So you see, I won this round. I'm gonna leave. I get some coins, and then
Guys, isn't out yet. This is the Pixel Pals Pets app that we've been working on. So
yeah, we need to. Yeah, this one's not out yet. We need to figure out what to call it too. We might change the name. Right now, we're calling it Pixel Pals. But yeah, there will be leaderboards with your friends. You'll have to like compete on the leaderboards with just your friends, not with like random people. Even though there will be a global leaderboard too. You'll get coins from that, and then you'll be able to basically buy like really fun, cute accessories for your pet. Like right now, I just have these ones, right? Like I have shoes. I have a little orange that sits on top of his head. Here, I'll take that off. And then, yeah, I can go to an in-game store. I can buy new outfits, right? Let me see if I can buy one now. I'm gonna buy this. Here, let me take this off for a second too. I'm gonna buy that out. Oh, did I not have enough? Oh, no, I bought it. Cool. Okay, now what I'm gonna do? Yeah. See, my pet's wearing that like basketball jersey now. You can chat with your friends, and yeah, you can do a bunch of other stuff too. You have to like evolve the pet. There's different tasks. There's stores. But yeah, we're really excited about this app. So this Pets app, it's going to go into early access pretty soon. I think within the next 4 weeks, most likely. And what we're going to do with early access for this particular app is we're going to roll it out to like maybe 100 people in waves at a time, right? What we want in the first stages is we kind of want to know, like, very first part, like, are there any bugs? Can we get some feedback on like how you guys like the game? We want to be really focused with how people play it, basically. And then we'll start to figure out like normal Web 2 stuff when we think about like building the game, right? We want to make sure that all the nerdy stuff is kind of figured out. Like, what's the day 1 retention? What's the day 7 retention? What's the funnel there? But the idea is we want to build a game that kind of attracts a different audience than just the Web3 audience, right? And I think that's what Sleepygachi is actually going to be really good at too. Right now, Web3 games is an interesting spot where actually I talked to a lot of other gaming founders and like a bunch of other games right now. Like the player base of Web3 gamers is kind of shrinking with the market, which is not good, right? Pixels was unique because we actually re-onboarded a bunch of people into Web3 gaming. I think there's really been 2 games that have been like kind of breakout hits inside of Web3 gaming that have onboarded new people into Web3 games, right? It's been Axie and then Pixels, maybe Off the Grid too, right? And then basically every other game has been really focused on like this Web3 gamer market, which is a good market. Like you guys are all here because of Axie most likely, or because of Pixels, right? But what we need to do next is we need to figure out how to get more people into Web3 gaming, and maybe without them even really knowing, right? So that's kind of the point with this Pets app. The earnings that we're going to be doing in this Pixel Pals Pets app, it's going to be a little bit different than what we do inside the core Pixels. Like we'll probably give out some rewards for doing like really big milestones. Like if you keep track of your pet or keep your pet alive for like, a couple months, like maybe we'll give you a big reward as like an incentive to go do that. Or we might, give you rewards for like sharing with friends, being on the top of your friend leaderboard. But like really the idea behind this app is like, we want earnings to be more growth oriented or social oriented. We want to encourage you guys to onboard your friends who maybe don't play Web3 games into Web3 gaming. So it'll be a little bit different of an approach than maybe some like the hardcore stuff. Like Pixel Dungeons is a good example of like, very Web3 oriented right now. And even core Pixels is like really geared towards Web3 gamers. But yeah, we want more games in the ecosystem that kind of expand beyond that, right? So that's what's going on with that. We'll keep giving you guys updates. This is getting pretty polished now, this Pets app. So I'm excited to get this early access out, get some of your feedback. We'll make some tweaks based on your feedback. And then we'll probably do a full launch depending on when it's ready, in like July or August, realistically at this point. When I say full launch, I mean, that's when we go like, iOS, Android. We might even start to experiment with like traditional Web 2 growth methods finally. Like Pixels, we're kind of infamous for never running paid advertising. But it could make sense with this type of game, right? So we're going to try to do this like Web3 growth oriented side of things, and we'll probably combine it with traditional Web2 stuff as well. So yeah, we're really excited about it. We'll keep you guys in the loop on what we're doing there. And yeah, eventually some of you are going to start to get early access if you guys want it. How we'll do early access is we might have, we want to open it up to like the most hardcore Pixel players first. We want your feedback. And we'll also open it up to maybe a few people who aren't in like the Web3 ecosystem too. Like honestly, what we really want is feedback from like your friends and family who don't normally play these Web3 games. Because if we make a game that they really like here, that's going to be a huge win, right? So yeah, we want you guys to have something that you feel like awesome sharing with when it comes to like the game side of things with friends and family, right? Where you don't necessarily have to be like, oh, this is a Web3 game. There's like all these quirks to it. It's really lovable. But like, you have to like learn how to play it. This should be super easy. So that's the end goal there.
Guys, can we talk about how rude it was that Luke said 4 weeks and not this, so you can't check off your bingo box? How rude, hey?
Not
okay.
2 weeks ago.
Also, back to Sleepagachi real quick, because I just thought of it, so I want to say it while I thought of it. If you engage with our post on X, we're going to give away a Pixels pet as a reward. So make sure you do that. I just posted it in the live chat, and I'm going to pin the link to the announcement post. Where did it go? Okay, well, I'm going to pin the link. Or you could just head over straight to the official Pixels Twitter page, and you can engage with it there. So yeah, usually we give away like VIP, but today I'm in a great mood. I'm having a good time. I've had a lot of caffeine. I was like, we're going to give away a Pixels pet. Why not? So probably the easiest Pixel way to win a Pixels pet. So go engage with that post. All right. And I'm going to try and figure that out. Luke, do you want to answer some questions?
Yeah. Okay. So then maybe let's go into some of the in-game updates that we were doing. I really wanted to demo that Neon Zone thing today, but I don't think it's quite ready to demo.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, there are more things coming into Core Pixels too. So what you guys might have seen is we got the task board update out, correct? No, it hasn't gone live yet. Okay, so
no. The tree update came yesterday.
Yeah, so the tree update came this week. And then hopefully by end of week, what you're gonna see is finally that task board update you guys have been wanting for a long time. So the task board update, it's gonna look a little bit different now. We tweaked it a bunch. Basically what's going to start to happen is hopefully at the end of this, this main complaint that you guys have been talking about a lot of the times when it comes to like the earnings of low levels versus high levels, that will hopefully be patched, hopefully by end of week this week. So yeah, we did a bunch of different things. Like we started tweaking like some of the tier 3 and tier 4 stuff. We might start surfacing coin tasks of tier 3 and tier 4 to more users who are earlier in the stage too. But yeah, we're thinking a lot about that CPP thing because I'll be honest, guys, when it comes to task board, we don't like the CPP like metric that you guys use. We don't maybe like the best one, but it is how you guys play it. So we have to think about that a little bit when we're designing the balance, right? And yeah, basically want to kind of like fix that cost per pixel curve on the task board a little bit better through this update. And then, yeah, we have a bunch of other stuff coming too soon. So you're going to start to see more like live game stuff. I think that quest that we released last week is a really good example of more live game content. So one of the things that you guys love inside of Pixels is, you guys love the events and the limited time events. They're great for making content and talking about. And it was funny because what we were doing before was we would release a quest, right? And then it would go away and you guys would never be able to do it again. So we kind of switched that strategy a little bit where we want more quests inside of a game that just stay up forever, right? Like if you ever played a game like any MMO, right? Like there's a lot of quest content to do inside of games like this, right? And yeah, we just want like a library of in-game content, right? So more stuff like that is coming.
You know what? Let's do it. I'm going to leak something. I and some team members have actually been working on this kind of new thing, which is basically what Luke was just talking about. I'm not going to say what we're calling it yet, but we're going to release a set of quests that kind of work together in a little bit. The set of quests will be permanent additions to the game. And of course, the first ones that we do will be oriented at low-level players. So pretty much everyone that's watching right now, you're going to have immediate access to the quests as they get released. And then I just can't like share too much right now because we're still heavy in development and design and narrative building and all of that. But yeah, there's going to be a bunch of new quests coming over the next several months, honestly. So really excited about it.
Yeah, and not just new quests. There's going to be like more mini game elements coming too pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, that's just one thing. That's just one of the things that's being worked on.
Yeah. And then, okay, so somebody asked this question too. So no tweaks for merchant ships, sir. That's actually not true. So there is stuff coming with merchant ships too. So here's the issue with merchant ships right now, and actually some of the stuff that we are doing right now. We talk about this concept called chase content a lot. There's really not enough chase content inside of the game. So there's a couple different things that we're thinking with this. One, chase content will be easier for us to make if there's better end game type features, chapter 3, right? So we're working on figuring out what exactly chapter 3 looks like and how we can make the game more interesting in the long run to give you guys more things that would maybe give you an advantage or some kind of like thing that you would want to earn that's not just pixel, right? Now, merchant ships, we think the idea is good and right, but the kind of weakness of it right now is there's really not that many things to earn in merchant ships that would make you want to do it in the same way, right? And it doesn't just have to be pixel, but what we do need to do is we need to give you more things that you would want besides pixel. So the team is also working on basically figuring out what are some better chase content things that we can do in the short run. Like a good example of that kind of item would be, you know, a pickaxe that doesn't break as fast, right? Or maybe one that gives you like a little bit of a boost when you mine. We're thinking about things like that are not just oriented around landowners, right? So like a lot of the chase content that's been the easiest stuff for us to make, that's very obvious, but also we need diversity from that, are things like the boost that you put on land, right? Like that's a clear, obvious one that's like a big advantage inside of pixels. But there's a lot of people that play the game that are not just landowners. So we need more things for those types of players to want as well. So in order for merchant ships to really work, and some of the other stuff that we're working on too that will be coming out very soon, is we need a better, like basically content library of chase content. So that's a lot of what the team is working on too. And that's kind of what's holding off the Neon Zone thing as well. So when we have that in, that's when Neon Zone, which we kind of, you know, we previewed the art last week, will come out. So yeah, we're excited about that. We think that'll kind of help both of these features. And then, yeah, a lot of what we've been thinking about too is with this quest content, with like these other things that we're working on, is like, how can we give you guys more things to do that kind of break up the routine of just task board, right? So again, chapter 3 is going to be like the big push to do that. We want to complete the game loop with the chapter 3, but there's a bunch of other stuff that we can do in the short term. Another good example of that, we'll talk about this really quickly, is I'll bring up the forecast stuff. I think this is a very cool experiment. I think it's going to be, we're going to have to like, you know, play around with how this works in the long run, but I think it's awesome what they just did. And I think there's something very, very interesting here. Let me pull up this tweet really quickly. Or maybe I'll just go to the forecast actually. Here, I'm pulling it up right now. So I think this is super cool. And this actually introduces some interesting, introduces some very interesting game mechanics that we could play on in the long run. So forecast.gg, if you guys don't know what it is, it's a prediction market on Ronin Network right now. They opened up a prediction market for the cost of Scarlet wine ingredients, right? So you can actually go and bet on what you think will be like the price of all of the Scarlet wine ingredients, if you want to do that, right? So I don't know if you guys know how prediction markets work, but basically you can kind of bet yes or no on if you think that Scarlet wine ingredients will cost over 35,000 coins or not, right? You can see that the odds kind of change based on what people are thinking, right? Now, what's interesting is because this is a live game economy, this is something that happens inside of like normal crypto. I don't know if you guys have been following James Wynn. Do you know James Wynn, Heidi?
I recognize it.
He's been very popular on like crypto Twitter lately. Basically, he was this big BTC whale, this big Bitcoin whale that was opening up crazy positions on Bitcoin. Like it actually kind of psycho, and I kind of feel bad for him on some level. But basically, he was kind of betting at like Bitcoin highs that Bitcoin would go higher. And what's interesting is like there's this cool aspect that you can do when you're doing like leveraging your futures or something like that, where you can go in like kind of PvP in real markets, right? So what some people were trying to do is they were trying to kind of like bring the price of Bitcoin down, other really big whales, so that James Nguyen would get liquidated basically on a very like risky long position. And some people were doing that. Like basically some people would basically say, hey, this guy has a crazy long position. He had $100 million interest in this long position. Absolutely psycho, absolutely insane. Sounds like he's okay with his decisions though. But yeah, basically then people were like, okay, we know he has this position. He's long, very like at the top of Bitcoin here. If we are able to push the price down of Bitcoin by opening up shorts or doing whatever, we can kind of like make him lose. And yeah, you'll see that. It's insane, but there's like really interesting Web3 mechanics that open up when you start to do this. And I think it's a maybe interesting thing that we can play with inside of Pixels, right? So like the truth is, right, there are people that can maybe like go and buy like some of the resources in Scarlet Wine and maybe make the price go up, right? So if you had if you bet, no, we don't think Scarlet Wine will be 35K coins on June 5th. Maybe you go and play the marketplace and you're like, okay, I'm going to bet yes and like try to make it happen, right? But then there might be another whale that has a different bet in the other side of things. So, it's not so simple, right? Like they might be dumping Scarlet Wine ingredients and making the price go down, right? It's interesting game theory. Do this at your own risk. But that's just kind of the explanation there, right? I think this is a very interesting game mechanic to play on in the long run, right? I think it's cool that they did this. So the first time that this happens, it might not be perfect, right? Like one of the risks here is like maybe what they should do is they should maybe take like a TWAP or a VWAP the next time that they do this, which basically means like the time weighted price. So the price of Scarlet Wine ingredients over the course of like all of June 5th, you basically take a snapshot like every hour or so, then you take the average. That would be a TWAP, or a VWAP is based on volume. So maybe this first time it's a little higher risk for that reason. Like be careful when you're engaging in like mechanics like this, and only do it if you really know what you're doing here. But there's some fun game mechanics that can maybe happen with this, right? So we might play on this a little bit more. I think this is very interesting. Again, it may be riskier the first time that we do this. So, don't be too crazy here is all I'm going to say. But it's there. It's an option for you to participate in.
Cool. All right. Let's look at some more questions here. If you guys have them, throw them in the live chat. It's been a good vibe today, though. Not a lot of questions, just vibes. We love it, though. Oh, this is a really important question, Luke. I'm curious, too, honestly. Where's your hat?
It's so dirty, guys. I do too many activities in it. It's like not even white anymore.
I thought you got another one. Didn't you get like two?
Actually, well, that one got gross too. I do a lot of like very long distance running, guys. Like I did a 48-mile run the other day, and yeah, all of my stuff gets very gross after that.
What's a marathon miles?
26.
That's weird, Luke. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Merchant ships still needs tweaks. I think the recipes are still too expensive. Maybe wines need to be sellable if you remove the energy out of them. There's going to be some game economy tweaks to happen where we might start to open up some of this stuff more. Here's a good example. I'm not going to say that we're 100% going to do this yet, but the team is talking about like making tools tradable again, for example. And like some of this other stuff is on the table again as well, especially since we increased reputation requirements for the marketplace. So we're actually able to be a little bit safer with some of those things now too. Now, here's what we think the issue with merchant ships is. It's the chase content thing too. If these recipes were expensive, but what you were trying to get with the recipes felt worth it, it would make a lot more sense, right? So if we actually have good rewards, and somebody else said something about things to spend Bowie bucks on, where is that? Yeah, somebody asked like, what are some more things to spend buoy bucks on? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we're working on, right? If buoy bucks felt more worth earning because the rewards there were better, then yeah, that would kind of be the idea there. So that's what we think is the right fix. So sometimes when you have to like balance a game, guys, right? There's a couple different things you can do. There's some of the short-term things where it's like, oh, just make the recipes less expensive, right? But that's actually not solving the real problem. Like the real problem is that the rewards aren't good enough and there's not enough chase content inside of the game. And it's also like the root problem is still like the chapter 3. Like, what are you doing with these resources? Like, what are the things you actually need to earn and get a boost on? Is it just the task board? Like, is the team like the content that the team creates just oriented around like making the task board easier, or is there something more fun in the long run too? So yeah, that's kind of how we're thinking about things too. Like we want to fix things over the next like while at Pixels the right way, rather than doing like a lot of the game tweaks that we've been doing originally. So the higher level strategy here with what we're doing is basically we're still getting live ops content out. We're still getting like game tweaks out too. Like that's not getting abandoned. That's not getting, like put off. But we are putting a lot more resources into what we believe are like the right fundamental fixes, right? Like we want the game to work for the next 5 years, right? We don't want to do short-term tweaks that make the game like a little bit better in the short run, but don't really solve the problems. So yeah, that's where the team's work and energy is focused on. We're doing all this staking stuff, right? And it's really great that we can bring in other games that are performing well and give you guys more things to do inside of the Pixel ecosystem. But we still have drive and energy and motivation, right? Like what we want to do is we want to still build the best game possible. And we want to be the ones that win, right? But we do want to have to make ourselves compete as well, right? So the staking ecosystem, it's going to be interesting because what we're going to be doing really soon, our target date's kind of mid to late June, is we're going to start to change how the emissions work for each game. So that's going to be the next phase of staking. We outlined the phases of staking in the white paper, right? So phase 1 is, or kind of like, I think we call it phase 0 actually, is what we're doing right now. We're basically, every game that is in the Pixels ecosystem, they have fixed emissions, right? So just to reiterate, Pixel Dungeons gets 2 million pixel a month to go out and give to users. Forgotten Runeverse gets 5 million pixel a month to give out to its users. I think Sleepagachi will get 2 million. But soon what's going to happen is we don't know what each game is going to be getting. How much each game gets in rewards to give out to its users will be based on how much Pixel is staked to the game, right? So what that's going to do is that's going to have to make Pixel compete for the Pixel emissions, right? If Pixels isn't the best performing game, it might not get as much Pixel to give out to its users. And we love Pixels. We want it to be the best one, but we also feel like, there's two hats that we have to play. We're just contributors to the Pixel ecosystem, right? Like the Pixel ecosystem is its own thing. Core Pixels is the flagship game right now, but also if it's not the best one, does it deserve to be? No, maybe not, right? We have to do right by the whole Pixel ecosystem. So that's kind of the idea. We want to make sure that we're on top of things, that we have to compete with everybody else, and that Core Pixels is in the spot where it is the best because it is the best, right? So that's the idea there with the staking ecosystem.
Okay. Okay, I hate when you guys call quests reputation quests because we did that like one time and now you only call their quests. Okay, they have their own narrative. The one we just dropped was the Alchemist quest. It was fun. It's cute. It's filled with riddles and potions and fun things. It's not a reputation quest. However, it does give reputation. But anyways, the new characters or NPCs will be introduced with Chapter C's reputation quest. So first of all, the project that I'm working on it isn't Chapter 3. It's kind of like its own thing that will be integrated into the game when it's ready, probably in a few weeks, starting with the first quest. And like I mentioned, the initial ones that we're going to launch will be focused at newer low-level players. So you guys will probably do them very quickly. New characters or NPCs for this round of quests, I believe we will just be using the existing ones. There are so many NPCs in Terravilla, guys. I went around just to like write them all out and write out all their personality traits just so that we can like, you know, really develop something here the other day. Way more than I would have thought, honestly. I didn't even do them all because there's like 6 in the bank. So I got to get back to it. But anyways, enough of me rambling. There will be fun things coming.
2 good points and questions. Here, I'll bring them up. So why Pixels can't compete to Roblox in terms of DAO? Is the bad idea to onboard millions of players, even the kids that don't care about Web3, just fun? So no, I would agree. That's like the goal. We want to compete with Roblox, and we want to basically bring users from Roblox into like Web3 games. Or it doesn't even necessarily need to be like Web3 games, right? So how I've been thinking about this a lot lately is like Web3 is an advantage, right? But games are games at the end of the day, right? Now, I fully believe that Web3 should be the competitive advantage compared to Web2 games, right? Like, why else are we adding in Web3 components if it doesn't really do something different to the experience, right? So our goal basically is to build the best games possible that have the Web3 tech that makes the game better than the Web2 side of things, right? I think some people get it a little wrong when some people say, just build a good game and don't even worry about the Web3. That's not quite right, because the Web3 part is the most important part to making the game good if you do it right? So that's a lot of how we're thinking about things right now. Like, can we actually build a game that people love and enjoy that the Web3 makes even better? Now, it's a little bit different than building a game that Web3 people love, right? There's some nuance there. So what Pixels did really, really well, and I think Axie did too, is they brought in a ton of Web3 enthusiasts and a lot of people who loved like the farming aspect, the earning aspect, and that's still a really like core important part, right? But if it doesn't have that other part of it, right? If the game is not good, and if the game is not like even better with the Web3, then it's kind of an issue. This is maybe not the nicest way to frame it, but somebody said, how can you attract new players if your game sucks? Yeah, you can't. I mean, that is true. So you're not going to be able to get Web2 players into a game if it sucks, to be completely honest. You'll get Web3 players who maybe don't actually want to play the game into your Web3 game if the game sucks. Now, you know, Pixels has gone through different phases, right? Where, you know, we've had to tweak it a lot. And I know some people don't always love the changes that we've had to make to Pixels with Chapter 2 and some of the other things as well. But the reality is, like, those changes actually had to happen because the game was very broken as is. It might have been more fun in certain aspects, but the fun was, you know, only going to last for so long until entire game economy crashed if we didn't make some changes. So, you know, Pixels as it is has been kind of like a running live experiment. We've learned a lot. And, you know, when we're thinking about Chapter 3 and what's next for Pixels, a lot of what we're thinking is how we can actually make, you know, the game amazing and have the Web3 parts work together too. Since I think we maybe leaned a little too far just into the Web3 side of things in the early stages. And I think that was the right call for us. We still have to evolve, and we have to kind of think about what the next stage is, because we do want to onboard people who love the game, make the game amazing for people who know nothing about Web3, and have the Web3 part be like, you know, the sugar on top, basically, like the thing that makes it different, the thing that makes it better, and the thing that makes it kind of at the next level. So that's the idea there. Somebody asked, will rewards and future staking only be based on the amount staked, or will game revenue be a factor? Okay, so this is a cool way to view it. And this is a very good question on how we see this. So basically, how we view staking in the long run is it's really up to the game to decide how many rewards they should give to their users, right? Now, think about it though. Why would you stake to a game if it didn't give any rewards, right? You probably wouldn't. It didn't. I mean, unless you like just love the game so much that you want to see it get more pixel. Like, let's be honest. Like the rewards that they give back to the stakers is probably going to be the reason that you stake to a particular game, right? And that's kind of how it's going to work, right? Like we're not going to basically have like hard requirements on what games need to, you know, return to their stakers from us on the long run. But if a game wants to be competitive and they actually want anybody to stake to them, they're going to have to compete against the best games, right? Like you're kind of seeing this back and forth with Pixel Dungeons and Forgotten Runeverse right now, right? where somebody gives out more rewards and people unstake and then give it to the other game, and oh, maybe I should have actually kept it in Pixel Dungeons, and it's going back and forth. Like, that's some of the cool game theory here too, right? So there's something that's going to kind of level out in the long run, right? So this is why this return on reward spend metric is very, very important, right? Because a game that is better at giving out rewards to users more efficiently and is getting more revenue, they're probably going to be able to return more rewards to stakers, right? If we give Pixel Dungeons 2 million pixel and then they give out, they do really, really well, right? Like, say that the return on reward spend is like 1, right? So we give them 2 million pixel, they use it so well, they're able to get 2 million pixel in revenue back and give it to stakers. That would be pretty cool, right? Now imagine a scenario where we get all of these games profitable in the long run too, right? Imagine if we give Pixel Dungeons 2 million pixel, they're able to do their magic and they're able to turn that into 3 million pixel, right? It's going to be very, very hard for other games to start to compete. Now, there's an interesting self-balancing mechanic, right? Where if you start to see another game perform really well, they're probably going to start to have more stakers to them. And then this APR number will probably start to go down a little bit, right? So it's a little bit self-balancing where the people in the staking ecosystem in the long run and the games that are in the staking ecosystem, the better return on reward spend they have, they're probably going to start to see the most pixels staked to them. So there's really, that's the beauty of the system. There's not that much that we have to do to police this, right? But when we have this, when we do have this staking ecosystem, like more fleshed out, there's like a few different things on the roadmap, basically. So phase 1, which will be coming out soon, technically second phase, we're going to have it so that the amount of pixels staked determines the rewards going to each game, right? Eventually, there will be a slashing mechanism where if a game fails to return a certain amount of rewards to a user, the amount of pixel that they get the next month or day will be slashed a little bit. So there is going to be some self-protecting mechanisms. We'll have basically, like, if you guys have staked to different validators, right, in Ronin or another ecosystem, there's slashing mechanisms for normal validators, right? Like if a validator isn't like securing as many blocks, or if they're like offline, they get slashed rewards, right? The same thing will happen in this system where their rewards will get a little slashed if they're not, performing very well. But yeah, we like the self-balancing aspect a lot.
Okay, we are at time. It has been very fun. Any last minute things you wanted to mention?
Okay. Let's see. Just going through the last ones. Oh yeah, more live ops events coming soon. We went through that in the AMA. Also, yeah, we are going to make changes to VIP sometime soon as well. I don't know if we've talked about that too much, but I think that will be coming relatively soon. All I'm going to say with VIP changes, we're probably going to start to add VIP tiering. So we might actually have a cheaper option of VIP available soon, but it won't be as good as the other options. For example, we might have like a more premium version.
Better one too. Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up because this was really kind of you to say. You're such a motivated group. I love it. Pixel's awesome. Keep going. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying such kind words. They do mean a lot to us. We are super motivated. It's actually crazy to think that it's been like 3.5 years of Pixels. So
yeah, I cannot believe we've been working together so long. That's crazy.
I know, and we still get along, which is also crazy. So, all right. With that, make sure you go check out Sleepagotchi. Make sure you go engage with our posts on Twitter for a chance to win a Pixels Pet NFT. And more things are coming. More things in the works. Stay tuned.
One last point too, because this is I'll lay out the roadmap of staking too. So one thing that we're working on with staking as well is here's how I think it might work in the long run. Like, I think at a certain point, this is why this return on reward spend metric is really, really important. Imagine if return on reward spend is over 100%, right? So that means, like in the Pixel Dungeons example, if we gave Pixel Dungeons 2 million pixel, and then they're able to get 3 million in revenue, right? We could maybe do this same model of staking with USDC, right? That's kind of the end goal of our staking system. So one thing that we're going to be working on is making it so that we can also give rewards of other tokens to stakers as well. And that's what we'll be doing with the RON from the Pixel validator. What we're going to start to do when we have multi-token support for rewards is the RON that is generated from the Pixel validator on the Ronin network will be given to core Pixel stakers. So that is not supported yet. If you go and check the wallet, though, that RON from the Pixel validator is basically just sitting there. But we plan on giving that to stakers of core Pixels.
Amazing. All right. Thank you all once again, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.